best thing to do is before you use it, give it a good shake, because the ingredients can settle differently. So depending how long it's been sitting still for, this way each scoop is nice and even.
Right?
Yeah, don't dry scoop, guys. A lot of the ingredients in the pre-workouts require water, work better with water. So as you can see, I got my shaker cup pretty much full there. And today, I'm going to be using the Pre-HD Ultra. I switch it up between the Elite and Ultra. Depends if I want stimulants or not. For those of you that want something stimulant-free and creatine-free, the Elite is a great option. There's extra nootropics in there, so it's going to make you feel really focused. Instead of creatine, we use Pico 2. It's an amazing ingredient. It helps your body deal with physical and mental stress, providing more oxygen to your muscles. So it's going to give your muscles more energy. A similar effect to what, say, like creatine and beta-alanine would do, which is in the Ultra. So we try to make them just as effective, but with this one being creatine and stimulant-free. So today, I want a little extra kick. It has a good combination of organic green coffee bean with teocrine and some nootropics. So it gives you great focus, energy, and of course helps with pump and strength. So I'll drink this on my way over to the gym for 30 minutes before I train. Then I get to the gym, warm up a bit. By that time, I'm ready to go. You gonna be a good girl, Penny? Hey, what's going on? We're gonna head to the gym. My house is only about 7 minutes away from the gym. So I always start sipping on my pre-workout on the way over. All right, Charlie, I'll see you later. I'll see you later, buddy. Good boy. You a good boy. Yeah. So a lot of you guys might have seen that I'm a big fan of cars. Love cars. Today we're gonna drive the M5. This is actually one of my favorite cars that I've had. I've always had a good experience with BMWs. This one over here is a modded up Trackhawk. Still got the beautiful winter tires on there. I'm actually still braking the motor. Just did a couple modifications to the motor, so I don't want to put the miles on my my good tires. These winters are almost at the end of their life, so I'm just going to put the cams on there until she's ready to go. Oh, and this car is also tuned. It's tuned down pipes. At the quarter mile last year, got the chance to bring both of them. This one did the quarter mile in 10.2 or 10.3. I think it was like 10.293. And that, the best time it's got, I believe, was 10.4 in the quarter mile. So they're both very comparable, a lot of fun. I don't think I'm going to do anything else to these cars, but I always love going to the track. So maybe we'll get that on film in the next couple months. See you guys at the gym. I'm chasing fire. Just like this. I'm chasing fire. Hold on. I don't know if this is good. Is that good?
Yeah.
Fuel range? Does that look good? 0 kilometers? I don't think that's good. Does that happen to anyone else on the way to the gym? Definitely get gas after the gym.
Do you think you'll ever own a like an electric?
It's funny you say that. I was actually considering like the Tesla, because someone that I bumped into that was going to be buying one of my cars. He had a Tesla and he was raving to me about it, talking about how they have no maintenance on them. You never have to pay for fuel. So even though they're a really expensive vehicle, the cost to
keep it up,
the upkeep of it and driving it on a daily basis, commuting is, costs you next to nothing. So I think actually Noah's actually considering trading in his G-Wagon right now, because the car market's crazy right now in Canada. There's such a shortage on cars. So the used car market, everything's selling like way over list. I actually just, my McLaren, the person I bought it from, Paul Marinetti at Marinetti Motors, I bought it 2 years ago coming up, and I actually just gave it to him on consignment because I'm pretty sure I could sell it for basically the same price I paid for it 2 years ago. And I drove it for 4,000 kilometers, had fun with it. So I think my brother might capitalize on that right now too with his G-Wagon. They're selling for a lot more, and get him get himself a Tesla maybe. So today we're gonna train at the original Pure Muscle and Fitness, but we spent the last 3-4 days here on this side completely reorganizing the gym, because we kept on buying more equipment. Was getting so crammed that we're moving some to 2.0 and creating more space. So I'm pretty happy with the new outlay. I think everyone, all the members, Monday we're opening under the Disability Act. So I think all the members are going to be really happy with the new setup. Oh, and something that's pretty crazy with Pure Muscle. So this location here, this was actually supposed to be, I'm sure some of you guys heard the story, this was actually supposed to be a warehouse for HD Muscle and half gym, just private gym. But we ended up deciding at that time, this was 2018 December, we signed the lease, we decided to make it full gym and push HD Muscle to the following year. So since we took possession of this, we had tons of issues with the city, like getting all the proper approvals. So we actually didn't open until September 2019. We were open for about 6 months, and then we're forced to close because of the pandemic. So we've been here since December 2018, and here we are, June 2021, and we've only officially been open for 6 months. So we're really looking forward to, getting the gyms back open. We're really fortunate enough that in that short period of time that we were open, we reached our membership capacity, our goal. So with the new location here, we're going to be able to triple that membership. So we're really excited. So we're about to get our workout started. I'm just going to mix my intra-workout. So while I train, I'll sip start to finish 2 scoops of Intra HD. A lot of people think Intra HD is just your typical amino acid supplement, but it's kind of like it's kind of a step up. Like in the Intra HD, there's 10 grams of amino 9, which are fermented EAAs to the highest quality. And then we also focus on hydration. So it's got taurine and coconut powder, which is really great to make sure you're staying hydrated through your workout. Also has Spectra, and then the Pico 2, which helps deal with physical and mental stress, providing more oxygen to your muscles. So that way, you recover faster between sets. Do 2 scoops of that. That's a full recommended serving, but you can do 1 scoop as well. You're just getting to get half the amount of ingredients, which is still really strong. So this summer, I've always, throughout the years, the last time I actually competed was 2016, and it was actually my worst year ever of competing. And I didn't really have intentions to stop, but just the opportunities and things that were presented before myself and my brother, and sort of led me in a different direction. And I never anticipated that pulling away from competing would be, here we are 5 years later and I haven't competed. I never envisioned myself really stopping. I was like, okay, maybe a year. I never pictured myself not competing for 5 years. But obviously with, 2 years after that with Pure Muscle and then HD Muscle, but it's something I always still think about is competing. I know I coach, I put my time into a lot of my athletes. I always think about myself too, but never make myself a priority, just because, I don't know, I can't really give an answer why I haven't. So, I can make excuses and say I'm too busy and my guys are competing and I can't work around it, but again, those are just excuses. So this summer, I actually made it a priority to put myself as a priority and make sure I'm doing my cardio, make sure I'm getting my meals in, holding myself accountable with my training, not being distracted. So I want to see what type of shape I can get in, and see if I still got it, because I would love to be able to earn my pro card, because it's one of the things in my life that I sort of set out to do at a very young age. When I was did my first show when I was 17 years old, and it's one of the only things I sort of didn't accomplish that I set out to do, and I really wanted it. I would like to give it another shot, but I just sort of started, I guess 2 weeks ago now, and just want to get myself in good shape and be in striking distance, so that way if there is an opportunity that arises, I can jump in it. My first couple sets, just to sort of warm it up, because I will maybe increase the weight a little bit, but I'll go pretty quick, my first 2, maybe 3 sets. My first exercise with arms, and then do 2 harder sets. I go on the negative, the cable's pulling away from my body, fully stretching the bicep. Hold it, squeeze, it's pulling away. Big semicircle. Keeping the wrist straight. That's one thing when curling I've always just naturally done, because I think I just feel a better connection with it, is when you are curling. A lot of people, for example, if I'm doing this exercise and I'm curling, a lot of people do this. They'll curl and their wrist is bent. You want that wrist to be straight. The bar in line with your wrist. More tension on the bicep and less on the forearm. This exercise here, guys, one arm dumbbell tricep extension. If done properly, I feel like this can be one of the most effective exercises. If you're able to control that dumbbell and feel a stretch in the belly of the tricep on the way down and push through the belly. This is one of the exercises I see the most people struggle with and do it wrong. They're just too jammed up and tight, and they're not able to get that big stretch on the way down and squeeze. I recommend it if you can get that stretch and squeeze. Yeah, my last set, as you guys just saw, I like to do some partials under control. That's a wrap there. All right, so the third exercise, we're gonna superset skull crushers with alternating dumbbell curls. When I do my dumbbell curls, you'll see the way I do it. I get the maximum stretch, and I really focus on supinating on the way up and getting a really good squeeze. I don't know why, but dumbbell curls, for some reason with me, it's never been a movement I like to do really heavy. And I tend to do it at the end of my workout, and my biceps are really fatigued right now from the first two exercises. So I sort of just focusing on feeling the contraction. Oh. I haven't attempted the 110 on skull crushers in a very long time. Ooh, it's a big boy. This is a really unique piece from Atlantis, incline tricep push down. It's nice, and you can change it up with different attachments. I'm using the spiral strength, which is similar to the circumflex we were using at the beginning with those grips on them. They're really amazing. So yeah, this is a cool machine, super convenient if you have the space in the gym to have something like this. Requires no setup, just hop in it and go. Really focusing on hitting a full stretch here, and as I come down, I'm really spreading those handles apart, pushing through the triceps. You can see I'm starting to fail Can't spread the. All right, guys, so that's the arm workout today. Those are some of my favorite bicep and tricep exercises. And like I said, I love supersetting biceps, triceps. Always get the biggest pump. And it's something I've always done. Always loved it. So here we are post-workout. I'll usually wait about 15, 20 minutes after I train, let everything calm down, probably do a little bit of light stretching after the workout. And then I will mix 2 scoops of Carb HD, which will be 50 grams of carbs. And again, full shaker cup of water. And I'll combine that with 10 grams of glutamine. Glutamine I do first thing in the morning when I wake up with the hydration drink, Relight, and then I do it again after I train. This is pretty much what I get all my clients to do too. And then I'll do 15 grams of EAAs from Amino 9, which is our fermented essential amino acids. Something else that's really important, making sure minerals, electrolytes are in your post-workout. There is the coconut water powder in the Carb HD. But with all my meals throughout the day, I keep my sodium consistent. So I do a 1/4 teaspoon of real salt. Some of you guys might choose to do pink Himalayan sea salt. Any of them are fine. I like Redmond real salt. And then I'll add 5 grams of Crea HD, which is the highest quality creatine monohydrate, Creapure. So whenever you're having carbohydrates, best to have your creatine in combination because it just helps shuttle all that creatine, all those amino acids into the muscles and kickstart the recovery process. The faster we recover, the faster we grow. That is my post-workout drink, and I'll wait about 15, 20 minutes and start drinking that on the way home. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and we'll see you next time.